Hello, everybody. We're back. Oh yeah, I should unmute you all. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
Hi. Because every week it's a challenge to remember to unmute the right thing. So hello. How are you?
Hey guys.
Hi.
Doing well.
It is episode 8 of season 8, so we're double 8s today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm the DM, and I still don't know how they're going to get out of the shenanigans from last week.
Well,
I
mean, you'll be very gracious, and
no.
we'll have a fabulous lawyer come in pro bono, and
No.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Use that rival's money to hire lawyers.
No, my IRL lawyer friend was like, they're in trouble. They just got There was my friends who were attorneys saw this, and they were like, just no.
Well, I recently watched this movie, The Christmas Chronicle, and Santa Claus was in jail, and he gave everybody musical instruments, and they started a band.
Helped one of the guards get back together with their strange ex. Yeah.
Yep. So, so there's still ways, Tanya.
I'm sorry,
There's
did you
still
forget
ways.
I have no Christmas spirit?
Proven ways by Santa Claus.
Based on a true story, clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, before we do all that, let's introduce ourselves. I will go last. I'm going to start clockwise, so that means Brandon.
Hi, everybody. I'm Brandon Stennis. I'll be playing Ren Leadon today. I'm your high elf sorcerer. Pronouns for both me and Ren are he, him.
Awesome. LaTia.
Hi, everybody. I'm LaTia. I'm playing Dahani, the proven accidental murder bird. It's been proven by science. My fists. Both my Dahani's pronouns are she, her.
Shareef.
Hey, I'm Shareef Jackson playing Shaka, Tiefling Warlock, back from vacation and imprisoned. He, him for both of us.
Masood.
Hey, we're playing everybody's lovable, fiscal, responsible scamp with the shady past. Gazrick, Namrad. Both our pronouns are he, him. And last but not least.
Oh, hey, I'm your DM. The one that has to figure out how to get them out of jail. Or at least let them flounder their way through getting out of jail for 3 episodes. I'm Tanya, and my pronouns she, her. I also am playing all your NPCs. Pronouns for NPCs for Leto or he, him, Sierra, she, her, Warden Duncan, he, him. And, before we recap and whoosh, Shareef, tell us about the people that keep our show running.
Yeah, so let's give our shout outs to folks that have been supporting us, keep our show going. So let's start with D&D Beyond, all our digital character sheets, access to source materials, looking up spells, NPCs. I love the randomizer on there, by the way. Very, very good stuff, making random characters on the fly. Go to dndbeyond.com and check out all their stuff. And if you're watching our live show Sundays at noon Central at twitch.tv/Rivals of Waterdeep, you can access a little giveaway we're going to have. So be on the lookout in the chat. It's going to be a code word you can enter and win some material from D&D Beyond. If you're listening to the video on demand or the podcast, thank you. But if you want those giveaways, make sure you show up live and help watch us live and in color. Our dice trays and vaults provided by Wormwood. That's WYRMwoodgaming.com. And if you use the code RIVALS when you order there, you can get free domestic shipping. Our dice are provided by Level Up Dice. And if you make any purchases there while using bit.ly/LUD Rivals of Waterdeep, if you use that link, it will help us level up in their Diceomancy program. So make sure if you're thinking of buying any dice from them, that you use that link before you make your purchase. If you use minis in your campaign, check out Eldritch Foundry at eldritch-foundry.com. If you use the code RIVALSDND, you can get 10% off. And if you just want some great geeky swag, check out Stormcrow at shop.stormcrow.com and use the code RIVALS for 15% off. And if you want to sound silky smooth like the Rivals crew, make sure to check out Blue Microphones at crew.bluemic.com/rivals. Make all your purchases at that link, and then we also get some credit for that as well.
Awesome. And I believe LaTia is now the keeper of the whoosh.
All I've ever wanted is to be keeper of the whoosh. All right, everybody. Previously on Rivals of Waterdeep. Whoosh.
Whoosh. All right.
Well, what happened? I was here. They were here.
What happened last time? We went to breakfast.
Yep.
We ate breakfast.
Had a lovely breakfast.
Realized that in public we need to not hang out together in order to sell what we thought to sell the connection between ourselves and or lack of connection between me and the rest of the group, Gazrick and the rest of the group.
Yes.
So we got into a fake fight.
Mm-hmm.
I met Susan B. Anthony afterwards, and she still works in the food line, which is good. And then I went to work out. And that's all I remember about what happened to me in that episode.
That's kind of all you. Yeah, that's kind of all you did.
I mean,
Then a lot of stuff happened afterwards, but I'll leave that for the side cut that maybe our murder bird and Tiefling Warlock would like to describe.
Yeah.
I mean, we managed to get a meeting with some of the Arcane Brotherhood people, and then Dahani opened her mouth. And it all went to heck.
Yeah. We went to a conference room, so we can have a proper meeting. You can't have a meeting if you're not in a conference room, So we found some meeting. We completely bumbled the communication with this group and ended up fighting them, and then obviously alerting the guards. And I forgot I think Leto, right? I think is the no.
Mm-hmm.
No, Lito's the guard. Wait,
Lito's
No, not the guard. The like main guy. That's
Duncan?
the Brotherhood.
Name is
connection.
Leon.
Oh no, Vaelish.
Leon, I think.
The scruffy guy. His name.
Yes, Scruffy, yeah. Yeah, he almost got killed by Dahani, who had like what seemed like 15 actions when she got at that dude.
She warned them though. She truly
did warn them. That's what I'm saying. She did warn them, and then
She did,
and then Shaka was like, "Well, I gotta have her back. Like I can't be like and then he tried to cast a spell and did nothing. Yeah. So Duncan realized, he said that he knew about our plan.
No, he knew about the plan because you all told someone about the plan.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's not act like he just overheard y'all. Y'all gave up the goods.
I guess I had the sense that he had known, but this confirmed it. But okay.
Don't
Yeah,
give my NPCs that much
It confirmed
credit.
he did not know, but now
Yeah,
he
exactly.
does.
Now he does.
yeah, because like a part of what we did to try to gain the Brotherhood's trust was we kind of movie monologued, the whole plan.
We
And that
stole the
never
monologue
works.
from the villains.
And that never works in movies, so why did you do it? I need to know.
You know, I mean,
Let's not worry about the past. What's important
yeah, exactly. Let's worry about the now.
is the present and how we're gonna try and get this.
Yeah. So Duncan Warren said that he's gonna leave and go see like Duvessa Shane and be like, what is going on here? Leto, who is in on the plan, we don't know if he's going to what's going to happen with him, right? Is he going to stay in his cover, or something? So yeah, that's kind of still a mystery there, is what's going to happen with Leto.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah, and all that time Gazrick and Rin were just lifting weights, just lifting weights outside.
That's what you do
Trying
in
to
prison.
break elbows.
Yeah.
While we were fighting.
Yeah, that was a thing that happened. Anything else before?
The fight got broken up by Duncan, pulled us into his office, told us all that information, and then mentioned that he was going to go talk to Duvessa about it.
Yes.
And meant that he was going to be outside the prison, but also meant that when he got back, we were going to be in a world of trouble, basically.
Yeah.
Yes, and then I believe Rin tried to slip Leto a note, or was that a previous episode? Am I mixing up my episodes?
I feel like that was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like right it was near the end where he like hugged him and put a note, or he didn't hug him, but he had got. If I remember right, you were like on opposite sides of the prison door or the prison thing, and he like slipped it in his pocket or something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay, that was a couple. For some reason, I thought that Leto got a note last week. Sorry. I think I'm still like trying to believe that you all did what you did.
No, there was a note though, because like Gazrick had a note in his beard.
Yeah.
That Dahani got.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is still on my person somewhere.
Because we couldn't get it to Vaelish. Yeah.
I've
Right.
eaten it at this point. It's gone. For all the evidence.
Yeah. So I believe this leads us up to today's episodes and shenaniganry. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Good, because I'm not. So our scene is during the day. We're actually gonna check in on Warden Duncan as he stops by Duvessa Shane's place early enough to stop by for a breakfast meeting because he's not real happy. I'm not gonna talk to myself because that would be weird. I'm just gonna tell you what happened because I also can't do two separate voices to save my life. So Warden Duncan gets there, and it's that tense moment when somebody has something to say to you, but neither one of you wants to start the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And you have that very polite, tense breakfast, till finally he's like, "So you infiltrated my prison? You're not gonna let me in on it?" And of course she denies it, and he's just like, "Come on, we've known each other too long." And eventually she does tell him the whole plot, and it's like, you could get them out of your hair sooner if you, find a way for them to talk to Vaelish can't. In which he's like, I could, but I could just leave them in my prison forever. I'll pick one by the time I get back. So, they have a drink. He's not happy about it, but he's not like, you're my mortal enemy now mad about it. But he is not trusting her for a long while. And, while he is taking a very long way, hold on. People said they have a hard time hearing me.
Yeah, I'm like, is that just you or all of us?
It sounds like I turned the audio up on the stream a little bit. It sounds like you're far away from the mic, so the audio source might be different than what you normally have.
I'm literally next to the mic.
Hmm.
Hold on.
Yeah, I don't know because you sound fine on the call.
Oh, you know what? It's not you all. Windows. Thanks, Windows. Windows changed my audio input.
Thank you, Windows.
Thanks, Windows.
Thanks, Windows.
And it was fine before we started this call.
Mhm.
Thanks, Windows. Sorry, y'all. Because I turned my gain up and thought it was fixed.
Mhm.
So, sorry. Windows was being helpful.
Just being helpful.
Would you like to change your audio source? I'm going to change it anyway, even though I didn't ask you.
Sounds like you're trying to stream. Do you want my help?
Yeah.
Right? So sorry about that, y'all. Anywho, so I'll basically Duncan paid Duvessa a visit. They got squared away, and he has two options, or he could just ignore what she said entirely and go about his day and leave y'all locked up. Who knows? That may be decided by a roll of the dice, or your DM deciding how benevolent she would like to be today. So while he is on his long way back, it's going to take him a good part of the day to get back to the prison. We're going to check in on the rivals who are all in their cells. And per Duncan's orders, you have to have your food brought to you because you clearly can't be trusted outside of your cells, as we discovered last time. So as you all are getting up and realizing that you're in a whole lot of trouble, and each of you has your breakfast tray being slid into your door, what are you doing?
Question: are we like under guard or anything, or is it just like normal? We're just in the cells and we can't leave.
You're in the cells, and there is more of a guard rotation on the floor that you all are on.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah,
I think. Oh, sorry.
No, I guess I am. I'm updating Rin on sort of everything that happened, and then I say, well, Rin, I think we're in a bit of a pickle, man. I'm sure you've had stuff like this happen to you, man. What's your how do you get out of these things in your prison experience?
Well, every situation is different. This is very unique though, because we actually have people on the inside. So I'm trying to figure out if it's time to, talk to Susan.
I mean, we're locked in our cells. I mean, I guess if you could find a way to get there, or that, sure, but I don't know how we would get there now. That's the problem.
That's true. I mean, are you sure they won't let us out at all of ourselves?
I mean, look, if you want to ask someone or something like that, I mean, I've noticed that there's some more guards out there, but Warden seemed pretty mad, so probably think that we're probably on lockdown for a little bit.
Okay. Well, I had to do some thinking because this is gonna be a little bit harder than what I anticipated.
All right. Well, I look forward to hear your thoughts because you are the one that probably has the most experience here.
Let me go back through my old journals for past experiences.
Hold on, time out.
Oh,
What old journals?
Can I have old journals?
I mean, when they frisked him, like they let him keep the journals.
It could be in his sock under his pants. No, they would have searched that. I don't know.
Wait, you can't. Hold on, this is a timeout. So you came from Troll Skull Manor. You brought all your stuff with you, or just enough to travel? What I would need to know what old journals you brought with you that made it into the prison. I need to know.
Well, I can't. I just said there'd be no way that I'd be able to get that in there. Because it would have been caught.
But Rin, the master auteur that he is, has a mental catalog, I'm sure, of all the chapters locked away, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
also what I was thinking. I was gonna say something like that.
Okay. Make me a knowledge history check to see what you remember from your multiple journals that are not with you in jail.
You said history, right?
Yes.
I believe it's 20.
Wait.
Oh, it's a 5.
20 to 5.
Okay.
I have nothing to tell you, Shaka. Sorry.
All right.
Brain
well,
is not where it's at today or ever.
okay. All right. Well, yeah, we'll figure it out. I'm just like I'm not worried. Like as I said, like we've been through much worse than this, so I'm not worried. It's just a matter of time. Hopefully when Duncan Warden gets back. Sorry, why do I think about Duncan Warden? Warden Duncan. I think I'm thinking of like Duncan Hines or something. I don't know, kind of strange.
Do you want cake?
Once Warden Duncan Hines, I'm imagining the sentient cake, the sentient cake walking around. Once Warden Duncan gets back, hopefully Duvessa is like talk some sense into him.
Maybe.
So I guess that's what we got to rely on because I don't know if we're gonna get out of here. Well, I don't know if we're gonna get out of the cells now. I mean.
So Dahani and Gazrick, what you doing?
Is probably like she accepts her tray of food with good grace, with a please and a thank you and a smile, and she just eats. And I think during her downtime in her cell, she's probably been like scratching doodles or whatever on the walls. So she just kind of goes back to doing that.
Okay.
Gazrick kind of has a similar experience. He still follows the same routine as he had been in jail. Like day one, wakes up a little bit before the morning alarm, starts working out, can't shower, so he just like goes to the sink and like gives himself a little bit of a wet bath. Food comes in, eats it kind of quickly, and then he sits down on the ground and he starts trying to list out all of the possible ways he could potentially break out. And it's like drying on the ground, like, and like realizing everything's wrong. Like no matter what path that he would choose with method, there'd be like something. And maybe it's because he's not with the rest of the group, he can't bounce ideas off, but everything that he's coming up with, he's instantly sort of like, no, that's impossible because they have a gate and a moat, so we could not just sort of jump over it. There's probably also an anti-magic barrier, so we cannot just teleport out. And like just trying to solve an impossible, like, yeah. And I think he's just like crossing off spells that he's like written down on the ground in his finger. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's not a lot to do to pass the time. Rin, are you trying to see if Leto's around at all?
I don't know. Ren's been feeling like Leto is up to something, and he's not really trusting him right now. So he is taking his time of trying to scope him out and speak to him.
So you're trying to speak to him?
No.
Okay. So
you're trying to avoid speaking to him.
Well, that'll be easy because you're in a cell.
Yeah.
So your day passes kind of boringly, actually, because there's not a lot to do while you're locked in your cell. You're fed lunch, but then you hear the dinner bell and your cell doors open. Except there's no one else in the hall but you. And there are guards there to escort you. Leto is one of the guards. So, do you go with them peacefully, or are you all going to do what you usually do?
No, I would go peacefully.
Is he escorting just Ren or me too?
No, all of you. All of yours. You're being escorted in a group.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like Dahani pokes her head out, like we thought that we were like only like she's under the impression that we're only getting meals in our room, so this is a little weird. But
Yeah.
when she sees everybody else, she's gonna go with.
Okay. I think it's sort of the same move, especially when is it just Leto or are there other guards with us as well?
Oh no, there's other guards. There's four of you. They wouldn't say
Right.
just Leto. So basically, there's a guard for each of you, and you basically posted up. If you try to get out of this formation, it's not going to go well for you.
Gotcha. Okay, hey guys, good to see you. Sort of like walking along as we're going through. It's like, how was your night?
Stone-faced silence.
I love Gazrick's attempts at small talks in the prison. They're all great.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool.
Absolute
hey!
stone-faced silence.
I like see the rest of the group. Was like, oh, good. Okay, nice. This guard patrol wasn't just for me. Hello, friends. How was your evening, huh?
I did a couple sketches on the wall of my cell.
Oh. Is it realism? Is it abstract?
Well, they're bricks, so I guess it would be cubism.
Oh, I see you. That's good. That's a good bit.
That's very good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just walking. I'm not really saying anything. Just walking, hoping
trying-
that Leto is trying to spring us or something.
Oh.
But Dahani is a little suspicious. Like,
Yeah.
just the previous day, we were told we were going to be under guard and only receive food in our rooms. Now they've let us out. We appear to be the only people in this hallway. Are we about to die?
Mhm.
Man.
I don't know. Are you?
I don't know, but that's
Hopefully
what's
not.
going through Dahani's head right now.
Roll to die.
I mean, I got plenty of dice on my desk. So you all are marched, ironically, to the same conference room where the fight happened.
Oh Lord.
No.
There's there's your usual prison tray, at a chair, and Warden Duncan is there, and surprisingly, Leto sits down on the right of Duncan, and basically you take up this conference table with 6 seats, and of course their meals are better. You're allowed like a half a glass of beer, and that's it. But then the rest is usual prison food.
Whoa.
And
bad.
don't
Can I
get
get some-
excited.
Yeah. Can I get some water as well? Just trying to stay hydrated.
Who are you asking?
I really don't know at this point. Just like anyone in the whoever brought the trays, is it like just beer? Like there's no
No, there's water too. You wouldn't
Cool,
get
cool.
just beer.
cool. Okay,
Like there's no like
yeah,
lunch or cafeteria. There's no mess hall staff there.
Yeah.
Someone will come in at some point and just, like when you're at a banquet or a conference and your trays are just cleared while people are talking and giving their speeches. Service like that, but it's like, but you all, once you're sitting, a band does keep you in your chair. It's like your arms are free so you can eat, but you're not getting out of that chair until that band is released.
cool.
So you are captives within captives in a room.
All right.
Deception.
Yes, wow, I can't word. Your prisonerception.
Oh, perfect.
So yeah, you all are sat down. Someone comes along, takes the tops off your trays, and Duncan gestures at the trays, and he starts eating. He's not waiting on you, and neither is Leto. The other guards basically post up near the doors to make sure that even if somehow you got out of your chair, you ain't getting out of this room. And the other guard is outside the door you were brought in. So basically, even if you get out of these chairs, you're not leaving this room.
All right.
So
I make eye contact with everybody before I start eating.
I make eye contact to you while I've started eating because Shaka is hungry.
All right, let's start eating.
Yeah, food is like we'll go for that food right now.
Yeah, like I know it's prison food, but like beggars can't be choosers, you know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm meeting.
Gazrick, are you judging the quality of the food?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna be rude. I'm gonna pick at it. I'm gonna taste it. I'm gonna realize Susan made it, and I'm gonna be like, okay, just good. It's fine.
Leto is very fastidious. He eats, then puts his tray aside, and someone comes and takes it. Eventually, the same with Duncan, who then leans back and stares at all of you and is like, so we've got a dilemma. You don't belong here,
Mhm.
but also I can't let you just walk out. Vaelish is never going to trust any of you.
Mm.
Especially that one, and he nods at Gazrick.
That's fair.
So, what do we do?
How can we earn Vaelish's trust?
You think I'm going to actually tell you that? He doesn't
Well-
trust me, and I'm stuck with him here for the rest of his life.
But that's a good point. He doesn't trust you. He doesn't trust me. He doesn't know these three. And besides that, one of them nearly killed one of his men, which Warden Duncan, we are in prison. That might be a sign of respect to Vaelish these days.
Was it when you betrayed him last time?
No, but we were pawns then, and he seems to have upgraded his station, while I am clearly back where I started. Back at the bottom, now we're here, huh?
And you worked your way up?
Mm-hmm. For a moment. But is there a way to, obviously in a convincing manner, show a lack of connection between myself and them? Well, I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, what are your thoughts? Like, look at the team.
Well, my thought is that, so now that we're all on the same page, right? We all know, that Duvessa wants something. So now that Warden, just can't you get the information yourself? I mean, you have power over the prison. Can't you bring him into a room like this with us and we just settle this? And then we can get out of your hair and then everybody will be happy.
No, for a couple reasons. One, Duvessa's not paying me anything. And two, you all lied your way into my prison. Why should I make it easy for you?
Well, you said that you and Duvessa were friends, right?
For now.
And you want to help a friend,
I don't
helping
wanna
us
help her
helps
that
her.
much. Well, instead of just asking me like she could have if we were supposed to be that good of a friend, she sent you all to infiltrate my prison, so no.
Okay, I see two options here. The first option is that we break out and call this whole mission a bust, or we break out with Vaelish and give you what Duvessa was going to give us.
Like you're gonna come back here after you break out and you think I'm gonna help you? Do you really think I'm gonna lose my whole job after this one? And he points at Gazrick.
Got a turkey bone in his mouth while eating it.
I'm sorry, you think you're actually getting turkey as a prisoner?
A chicken bone then. I don't know, whatever looks comically large and a good fast cut in this moment.
Is like, this one already nearly cost me everything. I'm not helping you get out of here. You lied your way in. I suggest you lie your way out. And then he points at Dahani, and this one like in those what do you call those things? Those silly books that people write and pass around in the winter when it's too cold to go out. Told Leon your whole plot like this is some fairy tale. So they know that you don't belong in here.
Well, you know, like who's really gonna believe that, right? Like it's prison, right? Like we could have just been like everyone thinks that they're not supposed to be here, you know. So I don't anticipate that all the prisoners are suddenly going to turn on us. I think that they'll just be like, well, they just got here. Of course, they're trying to plead like they're innocent. You know,
it's not all the prisoners you got to worry about, just one, and that one already wasn't going to trust you because of Gazrick. Now this fight, you've injured one of Vaelish's main henchmen.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think Vaelish might be impressed.
Right, I don't see why.
I think he might be impressed. I think he might be looking for. Yeah, I think this is one of his main henchmen, and you know we took care of him. So I think that in prison, like you know, like
that should move me up the board.
Exactly. Yeah. Like
you would think so, but also in prison, loyalty means a lot. So that is dangerous because he's got to be loyal to his like main dude, you know.
I think loyalty.
And you guys messed up Scruffy, right? Like that.
Yes.
Yeah, Vaelish and Scruffy go way back, man. Like
his name is Leon.
Oh, Leon.
Scruffy.
Leto actually leans forward and looks at all of you. He's like, "We should just dump you off the highest part of Revel's End and be done with it."
That was my third suggestion, actually. Why don't we just die?
We could do that.
And then you throw our bodies into the river or the lake or the thing that's cold and outside, and then we're out of your hair forever. We'll never come back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll never come back to Icewind Dale because you know we're not from here. Well, I mean Gazrick is, but
and Gazrick said that before, and look where you are right now, helping him.
Yeah, but
see, it wasn't his. This is all Duvessa's idea. Like it's not like. Gazrick was like, "Hey, I want to go back," you know, like
exactly, man. I got dragged here. I was warm. I was wearing shorts. Warden, do you even know what shorts are? My leg hairs felt the wind. It was incredible. I wore sandals and occasionally no shoes. I was walking around barefoot. It was amazing, and I had to come. I don't want to be here anymore than you want me here, I promise. And I think killing us might not be a bad idea, because I like turn to the group and I look at them. It's like we'll be able to wind walk out of here if you get this outside. And I like didn't realize this option until now, but I explain a spell that I have that's called Windwalk. And like I hold up some water and I'd be like, you know, just gonna take some of this to drink later. And me and up to 10 willing creatures I see within range assume a gaseous form for the duration of 8 hours. A creature has a flying speed of 300 feet and resistance to damage from 9 of non-magical weapons. The only thing you can do is dash or revert back to your normal form. And when you do, you fall 60 feet for a minute, and then your regular physical form again, and you'll just continue to fall if you're not someplace safe at that point. Mm-hmm. Non-magical weapons still heal us, but I like sort of explain them. If we can get outside, you can push us off. I'll mutter it underneath my breath, and like we'll be literally looking like wisps of fog rolling off the end.
Mm. It can make you look good too, Ward. You can make a big production out of it.
Right, you know? Public display of insolence and badness, and then we're out of your hair. Mm-hmm. You push us off the top of Revel then, and we're out of your hair.
And you think I'm really just going to let you all make fools of me this way?
It would
But you
make.
know.
I think you'd look good. I think you'd look good.
Like, legit, we're gone and you never see or hear from us again.
And you taking care of the only person to break out as well. You know, it's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And Leto he looks at Duncan and he looks at you all. He's like, "Oh no, I meant kill you.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean actually execute you."
Right, pseudocide. We're of
No.
course.
Yeah, I think we're on the same page.
Wow. And Leto takes a drink of his wine and he looks at you, especially at Ren. He's like, "Oh no, I mean nothing like your little tricks. I mean line you up in the courtyard and behead you."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's no spell that I can do once I'm beheaded, so that's a little more difficult in this plan. Is there? Oh God, can we make like a group persuasion check?
I was
like,
just about
with
to
the
say that.
highest, like even with this, like it can have a high skill check. I respect that, but I feel good about this plan. I want to make an appeal if that's reasonable.
File an appeal.
File an appeal.
If you all try to do a group, your total DC, there's 4 of you. Your total DC is 60.
Mm-hmm.
You
60.
said group.
Right. So collectively,
I'm down with trying it.
I'll take the shot. I'll
Oh
try
my
it.
lord.
This seems reasonable.
If you all make it,
All right. And this persuasion is
Oh! I got a nat 20 plus 2. I'm feeling real good. That's 22. That's 22, y'all.
all right.
Mm.
I got 16.
I'm gonna print screen. I'm gonna so everyone can
Ooh.
see. I did it in D&D Beyond.
Yeah,
I got
shit.
a 21, but not natural.
Oh my god.
It's 43.
Yeah, and like I got 16, right? Which is
That
59.
that's literally 59. Don't roll a nat one, Tahani. Please.
don't roll a 0. You need to roll a 0.
I can't believe this. I should have said
Hold
higher.
on. It's down to me. It's down to me. Final roll. Let's go. That is not terrible. 14, 412.
You somehow. So here's the thing. You convinced Leto. You didn't convince Duncan.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay. I think looking to Leto and then back to Duncan, I like checking with the group and I try to reason with Ward and Duncan and say, if you, I'm a menace to you. I get that, right? Like, we can agree you don't like me. I'm trying, and I get it. It makes it worse. And I can't stop, and I'm sorry. It's just who I am. But as much as I am bad news for Revel's End, we're not good news for Revel's End. We've been here a day and a half and clearly causing
4
trouble.
days at this point.
4 days. 4 days, yeah. And
Time flies in prison.
yeah. Vaelish is probably not great for your prison either. I imagine the way you talk about him, the way he's engaging with you, makes it seem like, and I'm gonna try and press a nerve here a little bit. He has power in here that you don't. And I'm sure that frustrates you, man. A place where is your control, your playground is not absolute, man. We can take care of that.
Oh, that was so not the right thing to say, just so you know.
Oh, no.
Love that though. I love that. Poke that.
It's just like this guy's all about ego, right? Like all he cares about is his. He just said all he. Okay, I think to God. Before I speak in absolutes, I'll say from my character's mindset. While I was thinking, I think this guy has talked about his job so much and his reputation and not being made a fool of. And I think Gazrick sees that and like knows the history and wants to play on like that public image idea. Like it's kind of similar to what Shaka had said. And so make a thing that of all troublemakers are an issue. You know, like get Vaelish out of the way as well. Push us all off the edge and truly never see us again.
He just leans back in his chair and he looks at Leto and he looks at you. He was like, "What makes you think I won't just lock you all in the lowest level of this prison and forget you exist?"
Well, I don't think that will be as good for your image for the prisoners. Like if they saw that you're actually eliminating the threats,
What do you
right?
think
Like
I've done the last 25 years in this prison? How do you think I'm still in control?
Wait. You've just been. I think this like triggers something in Gazrick, and he looks down. It's like the population has only been rising in Revel's End, because these are like dwarves, these are like elves, these are people who have long lifespans, I imagine, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, where are you? How deep are you putting these people?
You could find out.
Mm-hmm.
And Gazrick stops eating and just is silent for at least a relevant time.
Mm-hmm.
So you all have put me in a very bad position. You've conned your way into this prison. You've lied right to my face. You've all become nuisances. And after all the work I've done to get the Arcane Brotherhood settled, you've now roused their suspicions and their anger, and they're plotting again. And you've ruined the kind of quiet routine we had going. The people in here are in here for a reason. So you think that you can come to my prison, cause problems, do the bidding of someone who could have just asked me and I would have given her Vaelish Gant. But instead she goes through all this. So what I'm going to do is I'm not helping you, but I'm not going to hinder you either. I'm just going to entertain myself watching you all try to get to Vaelish and watch you get shot down.
well, we've been underestimated in the past.
I
So
think
if-
that all of you should stop talking. It's a miracle I've not just punted you all off a cliff.
I have been quiet this entire time. Just wanted to make sure you knew that.
And that gets Leto to glare at you. Like,
Yeah.
you notice, like, he doesn't move really, but he does just tilt his head a little bit. And his green eyes stare at you, Ren. And he gives you, like, he was just like, I don't even know the app lingo. I was going to say I should have swiped whatever direction it is.
Left.
I should have swiped left. Is how he's looking at you like that was a mistake.
Darn it.
I'm just trying to make sure that I don't get in trouble. I'm trying to stay out of trouble here.
I just want to be out of the sun.
I mean, being quiet is a free action.
Yeah. I just wanted to make a point so we knew that, before I spoke.
That's not helping you
Sure
at
not.
all.
Keep it. Never mind.
So
I tried.
Duncan he just shakes his head and he's like, 2 weeks. If you all haven't accomplished whatever it is DePass has sent you here in 2 weeks, you're going to disappear. Vaelish will go on living here unaccosted until he dies, which will be a very, very long time. And hopefully I can retire in another 25 to 30 years and never think about you and forget what cell I put you in. Leto, you and your squadron escort them to the recreation area Keep an eye on them for the next 2 weeks and report back to me should anything happen. And he just looks at all of you and it's like, should anything happen, any of you cause any more problems, the guards are authorized to use lethal force. Normally we don't. Are we clear? Now is when you talk.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Question. So you're not going to hinder us, but the guards can use lethal force. So I just want to understand just the. I just want to understand the boundaries that we have here. So we can, I guess, not be under lockdown. We can act as normal prisoners, but we can't. Like, what can't we do? I guess is the question.
The things you normally are allowed to do as prisoners, we're just not going to. No one is going to willfully obstruct you. But if you do anything else, like, the fight.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of just bringing you back to a cell or my office, you'll be sent down to the morgue.
Okay. All right. Got it.
You cause trouble like any other prisoner instead of just a few days locked away. That will be the end of your sentence in a very finite way.
Okay.
Is that clear enough for you?
Yeah, no, thank you. No, that's very clear. We'll just use our sleuthing ways to get what we need to get.
Oh, at the rate you're going, I doubt anything's going to be done. So, Leto, get them out of here, and when you're done, please come back to my office so we can catch up.
Mm-hmm. Are we going to see that scene play out? I'm just curious what's going to happen there.
I don't know. It depends on if I feel like trying to talk to myself.
That's always fun.
We'll find the aftermath, right? God.
Oh,
so we just get.
How are they catching up though? Like, are they catching up or are they catching up?
I think
I'm worried.
I think I'm worried because it's like maybe Duvessa also gave away that Leto. You know what I mean? Like, so that's what I'm. Our inside man.
To know?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Honestly, I was a couple. Well, let's just keep going.
So we get sent back to ourselves.
Yeah, we do that. No, we're going to the recreation area. That's where we're going.
Yeah, we're going to the rec room.
Rec room, the four of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's arcade machines, foosball,
What
right.
prison do you think you're in?
pool table,
underground bowling alley. You know how it is.
Step into it, and you have to try and grab all the tickets before the time runs out.
Okay, so I'm gonna break the fourth wall. Chat. Let's start a betting pool of who's gonna actually live through the rest of the season, and who's gonna get stuck in Revel's End. So, you all are relatively free, as free as you can be within the prison system. What are you all doing once you are dropped off? Like recalcitrant children.
Are there other people in this recreation room, or is it just us?
You basically have been allowed to eat during this meeting, and now you are in the usual rec area. You're out and about for usual rec room hours post dinner.
Okay.
So we've assumed the normal routine.
Yes. So basically, it's like I'm keeping an eye on you, and basically, if you step out of line, that's going to be the end of y'all. But I am really not trying to help you. I want to see you basically trip and fall on your face. Is where Duncan's at.
Yeah.
Got it. Cool.
I mean, Shaka's just gonna try to blend in. Like he's gonna try to move a little bit away from the party, and just try to, do rec stuff. Like I don't know. Like
So
it depends on
Assassin's Creed it.
I'm so like Shaka's thought is that now he really has to kind of ingratiate himself in with other people in the jail to be able to get things done. Like he doesn't think that he can do stuff just with the party anymore. So he is, looking to kind of, isolate himself a little bit. Maybe mix in with one of the other groups that's doing something in the rec room. But he's just trying to get himself in a position where he can gather some more information, from someone else.
Okay.
So he's not like leaving them. Like he's just kind of like, separated off by maybe a couple of, maybe like, 10 feet or something,
I got dropped off by these people. I don't know them for real.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, he's just hanging. What kind of stuff is like in here?
There's like a couple benches, some books, maybe a dartboard, but you got to sign out the darts, and they're not super sharp because, well, it's a prison.
Well, if there's no one at the dartboard, I would like to sign out some darts and play some darts.
All right, they let you sign out darts, and they're just looking at you like, okay. Like the darts are just sharp enough to land in the board, but because I don't know if you ever touched darts, sometimes those things are really sharp, and I'm like, are you really going to murder with these things?
Oh yeah, no, I've definitely played with some sharp darts before, for sure.
Yeah, these basically will stick in the board, and that's as far as they go.
Okay.
All right, so Shaka's playing darts. What are the rest of y'all doing?
Dahani's gonna read. Like, so she's at this point where, like, she really doesn't know how to proceed, both with the group and by herself. So she's just gonna, like, clear her brain for a second and just read a book.
Okay.
And, like, puff up her biceps while she does it so that maybe somebody else in the rec room thinks she looks hard and will want to be her friend.
We'll come back to that. Ren, what are you doing?
I was trying to see if there's like any other prisoners that are nearby.
Oh yeah, there's prisoners. I'm gonna roll a d20 to see how many other prisoners there are. Oh Jesus. You're in luck. You all have hit prime post dinner hours. There are 18 other prisoners around.
Okay, can I choose number 16 prisoner?
Sure. Do you all remember your prison numbers?
Oh God!
Hold on, I've got them. I will put them in the chat.
23.
I thought I remember
601. I believe.
Like they're in the Slack.
Here, I'll put them in our chat. Ren, you should remember yours because it's
86. Oh, 567. Okay.
8309.
24601. Yeah.
They are in our chat, and I will put them in the chat for viewers as well.
My Google search history has Les Miserables number song already, like at the top, so I'm right there.
All right, so yeah, that's how you should introduce yourself. Because remember, Duncan and other people are calling you by your name, not out of a sign of respect, but because they can't be bothered to remember your prisoner number. That's where they are with you. But interacting with other prisoners, you should probably use your number.
Okay.
All right, go on up to the random person you've chosen.
Hey,
What are you doing?
I'm inmate 5678309. State your number.
And they just look at you like, why?
We are taking audit of all the prisoners inside this location. So we need to know your number.
Who's we?
You don't need to know that. It's more important. What is your number?
I ain't telling you. You're
I will have
too. What?
I like this. It's like undercover boss.
That prisoner made a really quick intelligence check that he needed to beat a 2. He got an 18.
I'm just saying, like you're both prisoners. Who he basically, and it's the prisoner's basically like, who the fuck is we?
Ren is okay. I'm trying to explain that Ren is trying to.
No, I know what you're trying to do. I'm just trying to figure out why you're coming to another prisoner. Like I'm taking in like also you're inventorying humans or people.
You know, Ren likes to play around and just like make friends that way just by, you know, being silly.
Good work.
You know what? You gotta perform this out for me.
Do I have to roll for performance?
No,
Yes.
I need you to perform this out, and I'm going to tell you if it passes muster.
Oh Lord. Okay,
Or you can roll.
I'll roll because I'll roll performance.
Why? Do you think I'm going to be that harsh of a judge?
No, but I like my roll already. It's a 17.
Okay, how are you going to use a roll before I told you to roll?
Well, I asked if it was performance roll.
Fine, your 17 sticks. But you still gotta perform this out because this prisoner's like sitting there chilling in the rec room minding his business, and suddenly some rando elf comes up like, what?
So yeah, Ren is like, what did he say? Oh yeah, he said, never mind that. No, I was just kidding around. I was just like, I like to, you know, kind of scare people, you know, get them on guard when I first meet them so they know what kind of person I am because I'm always full of surprises.
So you mean annoying?
Yes,
That's true.
to some people, not exactly how I want to be, but yeah, if I'm annoying, I mean, at least I got your attention.
For now, what do you want?
Okay, I was wondering, do you happen to know a cook in the kitchen named Susan B. Anthony?
No.
Do you know anybody who's in the kitchen at all?
No.
Do you have any information I could use against you so I can use it to get my out of here?
At that point, he stands up, and he's like the biggest tiefling you've ever seen outside of Shaka.
Hmm?
He's like half a foot taller than you and staring down at you like, what is your problem?
Did I stutter? I'm asking you, do you have information that you can give me that I can use to get out of here?
Wait, so you actually said that to him? I'm just checking.
Yes.
Okay. He leans down, and keep in mind, this is a big ass tiefling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Did you actually say that to me? I was sitting here minding my business. You accosted me, and you really think somehow you, puny elf boy, is going to intimidate me? Really? Is this where we are today?
What's up? What's up? Khalid. Sorry. I was talking to my friend Khalid. I wasn't talking to you. I'll see you later. I'm gonna go talk to my friend Khalid over there on the other side.
He sticks his arm out. He's like, "There's no one named Colleen in here. We don't have names anymore."
Oh, the number is 66256126112. It was a secret number that was like laid on to them when they got in here because they, you know, holidays and specialness. It was Christmas, so they gave him a special number.
He just pokes you in the chest. He's like, "Did I stutter?"
Absolutely not.
So what's good?
Nothing. I'm gonna go this way. I'm just gonna go that way, and I will never speak to you again. I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't realize your height. But you look great. You look absolutely phenomenal. Fabulous.
Yeah, because I throw elves like you across the room for breakfast training.
Oh, good thing it's dinner. It's close to dinner time, so you don't have to worry about like me and breakfast. So we're great. Okay, nice to meet you. I'm gonna go over here to, you know, the other people's here.
So I'm gonna roll. Tell you roll a d20. I'm gonna roll a d20. Tell me what you get.
Oh, D20. Okay. Roll. Ugh, an 8.
It is not Ren's lucky day.
I don't know. Is he gonna rip my head off?
No, but he is gonna grab you by the collar and pull you off your feet. The 6 inches taller than he is than you.
I was just trying to make a joke.
He takes a second. He's like, "I'm in here because I murdered 10 men at once. I
That
can
is-
make it 11.
That's skillful. I don't want to be 11, but like that's quite impressive. Like at once, I mean, I've only killed like 2 people, like in separate times. Like one, like got burnt up, and the other one, like I mistakenly burned them up. That's talent. If I see it, have you thought about going into the show business? And do you need a manager?
We're in jail.
Well, once you get out, we could probably work on something.
I'm not getting out. I killed 10 people.
I mean, there's that part, but like we could work with that. There's a lot of different occupations in Waterdeep that we can like have you be into, like assassin or a bodyguard, just making sure you don't kill the wrong people. We can. I could come up with things. I could be your manager if you would like.
You're a half a foot shorter than me, and I could probably throw you across this entire rec room. What do you think you could manage?
Oh, but short people are really known for being very powerful people, so I wouldn't say anything about my height, though.
He's looking around, and he actually... So there's not lockers in there, but there are trash cans.
Oh, no! Okay.
So you could try an acrobatics check to get out of his grip, but it's going to be hard. Otherwise, you're getting stuffed in a trash can.
I mean, I'm good with either or, but we're just going to roll anyway.
I mean...
Okay, it was 16.
So you actually managed to squirrel out of his grip. Your shirt does rip a little bit. And he like growls at you. So imagine if Shaka was ever really, really angry and actually growled at you, except with a lot more bass in his voice.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this sounds like. And he's like, I suggest that if you see me again, you go the opposite way. The next time, I'm just putting you in the laundry chute.
All right. That makes total sense to me.
So, yeah, that happened with Rin. And this prisoner grabs the book he was reading and, like, stomps off to the other side of the rec room. Because he's like, I can't go in solitary again, man. Can't go in solitary because if I kill that elf, I'm going back in the hole. Can't do it. That's what you hear as he walks away from you. Are you going to try your luck with anyone else?
No, at this point. He feels like his jokes are not going to be caught on, so I think he had his experience with these other prisoners. He just wants to stay back and stick to his own.
So out of 18 prisoners, that's the only one you're talking to, just to be sure.
Yes.
Okay. Gazrick or Dahani, what are you doing?
Just reading. Like I'm getting like who like while I'm reading, I'm like looking up over the book, and I'm like just kind of looking out over the rec room, like what kind of group of people is in this room?
There's a bunch of tieflings. There's one. I'm blanking out on what I'm trying to remember. There's a few humans. There's a few elves. And there's one kind of burly half-orc looking chick. And some people are by themselves and some are in clusters. The elves in the room did notice you though, Rin. They are intrigued. If you want to try your luck after someone else goes. So Shaka's playing darts, Dahani's reading. Gazrick, what are you doing?
I realize we're back in public, so I kind of I like see the folks, but I like kind of put some distance between them. I'm really processing the fact that Duncan Warden is like hoarding prisoners. Like it's like I think that like the idea that like he can continue. I think it's really dawning on Gazrick, like the life sentence of a fantasy creature in Revel's End, and like sort of with the age that folks have, those who are really free, and like I think that is kind of making him just like a little more upset, but also on edge because that could be him. He could be in prison for a very, very long time. And so I think he's kind of just like silent, putting some space, and like, if it's recreational time, I think maybe seeing if he can, maybe just like go sit by a window, like just grab a random book off one of the shelves and like have it open but not read it and just like be looking.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can I roll a performance or some kind of roll? I'm trying to impress people with my dart take. Like I'm trying to get people to come over and say like, "Wow, this guy is really killing these darts." Yeah. So can I do some kind of roll to indicate how well I'm doing?
Sure. Give me performance.
Yeah.
I'm having flashbacks to the Final Fantasy VII Remake minigame.
Nope. Nope. No, thank you.
Okay, well, that's not too great. I got a 7.
There's people noticing, but no one's like gonna show up and clap and whistle. They're like, just someone else playing darts badly, whatever.
Yeah, because like Shaka thinks either he will be impressing people, or people will come over and like try to help him, or make fun of him. Either way, he's gonna get some kind of people around him about something that he can then engage in some kind of conversation. So that's his thought process. It's like, I'm gonna put myself out there, and like see what happens. So.
You could try again with a second roll for like your next throw. I will give you one more roll.
Okay. All right, that's a 15.
That is better. Some of the tieflings who are around do perk up and kind of look at you. It's like, not bad. Wonder if he's playing by Avernus rules.
Okay. Are they like around so I could like talk to them? Or are they like looking from farther away?
They'd have to be close to notice your dart playing.
Okay.
So
I'm like, hey, anybody want to challenge me?
One of them just was like, all right, sure, why not?
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, so we playing darts, and while we're playing, I'd like to say, so like, what are you in for?
Are you asking the one you're actually playing darts with?
Yeah.
And so she's lining up her shot, and she's like, killed my dude.
Oh, yeah, it happens. I'm sure he deserved it.
Oh, he deserved it. And the hussy he was cheating on me with too.
Oh. I guess a nice one day. We still call people hussies. Okay. And then Shaka says like, yeah, I mean, some people on the outside, they just don't understand us, right? Like they just don't get it. Like sometimes people, just have to, they just have to get what they're deserved, and sometimes, it has to be, we have to take justice in our own hands, like sometimes.
And she's like lining up her shot while you're talking, because I'm guessing while this has gone on, you've each taken your shot.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you mean by we?
Oh, prisoners, us, like we're all here for some reason, and I'm pretty new here, so I'm just trying to get the lay of the land.
Oh yeah, we could definitely tell you're new.
Oh, how so?
Look, you've been in and out of the warden's office more times than most people are beside arriving, if ever. You're troublemakers.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I think the warden might have something against us, and I'm not sure why. Like we feel like we're not treated like other prisoners. But has that been your experience here? Like, do you feel like this has been a fair prison?
It's prison. It's not supposed to be fair.
Well, but do you feel like there's been any things out of the ordinary, like anything that a warden or a prison shouldn't be doing? Because they have rules too, as to how they should be treating prisoners.
Nobody's beating us. We're fed 3 times a day, and if you can stand the weather, you can either go out in the yard or come in here and read.
Okay.
It's
Good.
Prison. What do you think this is? A spa, a hotel?
No. I'm not expecting anything. I'm just saying. I just want to make sure that there's nothing, like people being withheld food or people being put into, isolation for too long, or, like anything like that. Because I just want to make sure that there's nothing out of the ordinary. Because I mean, you're right. I've been meeting with the warden a lot. And if there was something going on that wasn't supposed to, I'd like to bring it to his attention. I think I have his ear.
She just laughs when you say that. Sure.
I wouldn't say that it's from you. I'm able to be like an anonymous thing, but maybe because he seems to have taken an interest in me. Maybe I can bring some things to his attention that the prisoners have been grumbling about for a while.
So you're a narc, is what you're telling me.
Define narc.
You start chatting up people. You haven't even been here a week. We already know about you, and you just you have the warden's attention. That smells like a narc to me. No. A narc is how I got in here, because someone saw me stab my dude 10 times. He ran into the knife.
Ran into the knife.
Couldn't stop running into the knife,
I think of myself as more of an advocate. Right? So yes, I am a troublemaker, but I kind of use that to get the attention of the leadership, right? Because I've done this before.
No, you haven't.
And then I bring things to the leader's attention that regular prisoners can't get because they're ignored. So less a narc, more of an advocate, more of a, I like to shake things up, and I like to make sure that people are being treated fairly, even in prison. It's important.
She throws her last dart and she looks at you. I don't know who you think you are, but you and your buddies probably aren't going to last much longer here. We're prisoners. We don't get advocates. Anyone who has an advocate doesn't wind up in here. I know we're both tieflings, but you're pretty much the kind of tiefling I was warned about. You have the warden's ear in Lesnoik. Do you really think anyone's going to believe that?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Oh, I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to help people out. I'm just trying to help. That's all.
If you were going to be that helpful, you wouldn't have wound up in here.
But I'm in here to help. That's what I'm saying. I'm in here to advocate.
You know what an advocate is called for prisoners? Just guess.
Shaka wants to say, "Is this a joke?" But he doesn't say that. But he kind of thinks, "Is this like a cool joke?"
It's one of them prison jokes,
I'm not sure. What is an advocate called?
a barrister, and they're usually not in here with us.
Usually, you're correct. I have unconventional means.
She's like twiddling her dart in her hand, and she's really debating sinking it in your eye. Just so you know.
Okay.
And she turns and flings this dart at the board. Like, you and your narc buddies, I suggest you stop trying to make friends. We know about you. And she wanders off to the other tieflings.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I will continue to play darts by myself.
All by myself.
Yeah, with like a single tear in my eye.
Yeah, that did not work out the way you thought. Sorry
Nope.
to tell you.
Did not.
So yeah, that didn't work out. And now basically the other tieflings are gonna be like, look out for that one. He's a narc for the man.
Oh man.
Oh,
Now I'm a sellout. Great.
Look, you don't want to talk about I got the warden's ear, yo. And it's like, I've been here for years. I ain't got the warden's ear. Who are you?
I know. I thought you know.
Y'all are not. See, this is what happens when you play too close to the type. So, Shaka has now got himself labeled as a narc. Ren almost got stuffed in a trash can.
Mm-hmm.
Gazrick is trying to be all incognito, and Dahani's reading over the top of her book like nobody notices her. Is this how you want to spend the rest of your evening, by barely avoiding conflict?
I think I also want to make an investigation check.
On
I
what?
want to see, particularly if we're not going to be hindered in our search for Vaelish. Man, I want to find out where at least the cell is. Like, I think like that's I like if we've got 2 weeks in some capacity where we're on watch and we're not being actively hindered. I think we still got a job to do. Like we still got a mission to complete. So I think while he's by himself and like contemplating, just like, is that where Vaelish is? Is Vaelish tucked away deep, dark, and like somewhere that like Duncan can kind of forget about him? Or and so I'd love if there's a way to like, so I maybe investigate these folks, or maybe make a perception of anyone who I see are in, like, that I can clock in, like the Arcane Brotherhood from people I saw like a bit ago. If I got to be incognito and like kind of can't be seen in public with everyone, then I might as well gather information. I might as well like do what research I can.
Okay, so from the rec room, well, it's the rec room.
Yeah.
So are you going to try to talk to others, or are you going to, as you mentioned before, reminding people you're a druid? Are you going to do anything with that?
Do I still have, in this free time, I still have the ability to like kind of walk around the prison, right? I can go to the yard, like you were saying, or like kind of go outside. I think that's where it sort of happens. Gazrick kind of gets this moment where he sees Shaka crying and playing darts by himself. And is like, okay, that's too sad. I got to get out of here. And like goes to his room, grabs the prison issued robe, and like while walking to go out to the yard a little bit, just sort of like, trying to see if I track these, if I track any Arcane Brotherhood members, or like any ones of those posses, like which direction of the prison do they move? Like, it might be hard, but I'm just like trying to find like a general sense of where Vaelish might be.
Give me an investigation check once you are out and about, and I will tell you if you see any Arcane Brotherhood.
Cool. All right. Going about make my way outside, thinking about. Well, it's a 5 plus 7, so 12.
You barely catch sight of one of the people you'd seen at the table before Shaka and Dahani try to talk to them.
Okay. Are they out in the yard, or did I just like barely catch them on my way out?
No, you barely notice them in the yard because there are people out in the yard. Like,
okay, cool.
Like doing stuff.
Then I will try to keep them as much as I can, like at the edge of my vision. Like I'm gonna stalk this guy. I'm going, and there's no other polite way of saying it, but I'm in this prison. I'm going to follow this individual from a distance and see what information I can gain before I have to get sent back to my cell.
Okay. So are you doing anything while you follow? Or are you trying to roll another investigation or eavesdrop on him?
Oh, yeah, that's yeah, let me see if I can would that be perception? Because because wasn't listening used to. I don't know how it works now.
Let me double check. Let me look at your character sheet really quick. Gazrick
Nomrad.
Gazrick.
Oh, Gazrick.
The legend.
Yeah, listen is not there, so it could be either stealth, which wouldn't help you, or
that's okay.
Investigation's your better bet.
Okay, I'll try investigation again. I think for distance. One thing about Gazrick, consistent on his investigations. Another 12. 7 plus 5. Sorry, 5 plus 7.
So, this is going to be kind of not botched, but you are able to blend in just enough where they don't catch sight of you. But you're going to have to really lean forward and, kind of risk blowing your cover, but you can't overhear them.
And I'm like, sure, with the wind and like being outside, I can't catch everything they're like saying, but I think Gazrick knows that they're out here now. This is where they go to. They're out on the yard today at this point. They might come back. This might be a habit of theirs, since like most prisoners, that's how you survive prison, is by habits. And so I think like that's enough for Gazrick to just be like, I can come back. I can, like, this won't be the only time to like gather intel. And we have 2 weeks, so I think that's also like that idea. Like maybe we would try to rush things a little bit as soon as we got here. Yeah. So I'll just try and however long they're in the yard for, try to listen and recall whatever, if they're saying anything noteworthy. And if not, just keep an eye on them.
So what you overhear, you do hear Vaelish's name on the wind. And they're basically kind of trying to figure out what to do about you all. And,
okay.
Because, giving up the plot has gotten back to Vaelish, and they're trying to figure out kind of what to do, but there also seems to be a bit of dissent between them.
Interesting.
On whether it seems like maybe, just maybe, Vaelish actually wants to reveal himself.
Okay.
But obviously those that you all tangled with are not feeling that, because they have not forgotten A, Gazrick's betrayal, and B, the fact that this bird beat up their main dude is not sitting right with them. They kind of want. So there's the I want revenge on this bird chick, and then there's Vaelish of like, I could play these suckers.
Yeah. And I'm sure it's like Vaelish has a way out, but the Arcane Brother, like Vaelish gets something, but the Arcane Brotherhood doesn't get their. Yeah. That's good tension. I like that. And I think Gazrick like, okay, this is good. We could maybe drive this wedge a little bit further and really kind of pull Vaelish out of the Brotherhood to do things. And then I head back into the rec. Yeah, I don't know how much time I was left, but I like in my time, I want to, if I can't right now, I want to be able to write this information and pass it along, at least under the doors or like into the cells of my compatriots, so they're kept abreast of what I know.
You still have some time. You were brought to the rec area, rec time, right after dinner was over.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, accounting for the walk from Duncan's office and being kind of walked out there, you have time.
Perfect. Then I will. I'll just do that. I'll write some notes and kind of crumple them up really tiny, and then as I'm walking, Gazrick's gonna get to his cell before rec time ends, and on his way there, like kind of subtly, I want to kind of keep using that Gus cantrip, just like very quietly, just kind of like shoving these like sheets of paper gently underneath the doors without having to like swoop or like stoop underneath, just as I'm walking.
Well, you're also a gnome, so it's not like you're really
also fair. Yeah. I got to remember where I sit by gravity.
I mean, honestly, you could like even slip stuff out your pocket.
It's like, yeah, I could truly. I reach my hand down. I'm at the base of the door. Yeah. Okay, fair.
I'm not gonna penalize you for doing something where it's like, you're doing this anyway, and hopefully your crew will notice this. But before we get back to everyone, I actually want to go to I almost said Vaelish, Duncan and Leto.
Mm.
Oh my god, y'all are
I don't know what's going on.
It'll be a good meeting.
What's gonna happen?
The nosiness jumped out. Goodness.
I just took my popcorn downstairs. Dang.
We'll get popcorn. It's okay. So this may be a little weird. I may have to talk to myself as these two characters. I apologize if it's weird.
We support you.
You can support me. It doesn't mean I don't feel like a weirdo. So the scene that you all didn't get to see was Leto kind of actually pacing around for a little bit after he dropped you all off before reporting back to Duncan, because he's like, what if Duvessa narked on me? This could be my last meeting. This could be trouble. And he actually arrives to find a decanter of wine on the desk and 2 glasses. And he's kind of surprised because he legit thought he was going to his end. Because he was like, Duvessa has no reason to protect me. Why would she do that? And he stops and he's like, wine? I thought we were having a meeting. And Duncan's like, we have had wine in my office before. Why are you being weird about it? And Leno's like, okay. He's just like, this is a trick. This is bait. This is not going to work out for me. And so he gets in the seat in front of Duncan's desk and takes some wine. He's just kind of like, so these prisoners, huh? Duncan's like, yeah, I'm basically, well, you know, and I know that they're not going to walk out of here, right? Yeah, I figured as much, is what Leto says to him. He actually is very cautious about drinking the wine because he's wondering if it's poisoned. And as Duncan notices that hesitation, he's like, oh, come on, I'm not going to poison you. What do you think I am, some villain in some kid's book? Just drink the damn wine. And he actually makes a show of like pouring himself one from the same decanter and fills his glass up some more and drinks. And so he's just looking at Lita. He's like, so you and the elf, huh? And Lita's like, nah, that's just business. It's not going to happen. Especially after he caused trouble for me. And Duncan just smiles. He's like, well, I wouldn't object to you taking a tumble with him if that's what you want before this job is done. And Lita just smiles. He's like, nah. That one doesn't know when to stop talking unless I get to gag him. Maybe it could be fun then. And he actually smiles at that. And they both kind of sit there drinking wine for a little bit. And then Duncan gets up and comes around the chair and slides his hand into Leto's hair. He's like, well, I said I wanted to catch up with you. Are you amenable to that? Or are you still worried more about your new elfie friend? And Leto just grins before he finishes off his wine and grabs a decanter. He's like, you say that like I was going to actually do anything with him, even if it was the name of work. And because we are a daytime PG-13 show, it's going to fade to black as Warden Duncan grabs him by the belts and drags him into his sleeping quarters.
Are
you okay, Shareef?
Look,
this is the tea we were. Woo!
I feel like like I remember when I used to go to the library as a kid, and sometimes you would come across the romance, like those books with like those Fabio guys on the cover, and you start to read them, and you'd be like, "Oh, I was not expecting that."
Well, yeah, but since this is a daytime PG-13 show, we're not going to go into details.
We get it. I'm just going to drink my water for a moment.
Right?
For those of you that like to draw, we will not stop you. Just tag us in the tweets. Even if it's a AD kind of image, we'll take it. Fan art is great. But yeah, that's where Leto's loyalty actually lies, which is also why he was real concerned about what Duvessa may have said, because he might be double dipping a little bit too in every sense of the word.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing I didn't do what I was planning on doing at that initial meeting.
This is tough.
I was gonna
You gonna narc on Leto?
Yeah, I definitely was.
So I'm gonna just tell you. So just so you know, and this is going a little bit away, just so you know that if any of you actually instigate a fight with this NPC, he's 4 levels higher than you.
Yeah.
And a trained fighter and has been working in a prison. How do you think that's going to work out?
Yeah. Well, I was going to try to set them against each other,
Nah, that wasn't going to work.
But I decided against it.
No,
and we
don't
don't
work.
Yeah. We also don't have any of our gear, none of our equipment.
You don't have any evidence. Like, what evidence you got?
But they are lovers. They are lovers.
Oh, yeah, 12?
I'm going to try and keep this as much as and Masood will know this. Gazrick will still think that Leto is primarily and only on our side.
Yeah, our characters. We don't know anything.
We have no reason to think otherwise.
Yeah.
Characters know nothing. You as players and our audience now know the truth, but that is player knowledge you cannot bring into the game. Nope.
Which is great. Right. Brandon, I can't wait to watch you hit on a guy you know is not interested in you. Like I
It's like real life right now.
Oh, wow. I mean, so Brandon, I see you like to continue the tradition of telling on yourself in game and out.
I mean, hey, I'm writing a real book on this eventually, so we might as well put that together.
Wow, Selisa's gonna come back and just beat you over the head with this book.
Until she sees those checks come in.
You don't say that like Ren is gonna share the money.
Checks come in.
Okay, if Ren actually shares the money, that's still not going to help him. So, they have a pleasurable evening, and while they're connecting, all of you go back to your cells and let me know if you actually notice the notes. I want everyone to give me a perception check.
Yes.
Ugh, got a 9.
Oh my God, Ren. I feel like somehow Brandon's knowledge of what's happening is seeped into Ren and you're just thrown off.
It's just giving bad numbers today.
16.
16 also.
Well, Ren and Shaka are still sharing a cell because there was no chance to move you to your own cell yet. So I will say, for your benefit, when Shaka finds his note, he finds your note too, Ren. So you do notice your notes, because normally like there's no random paper sitting around. So you find a random note. Well, you take it.
I'm gonna read it. Yeah.
Mhm.
I thought one of you would get my Resident Evil reference.
I got it.
Oh, I did not
absolutely
get it.
got it.
It's like
I did not get it. Oh, Brandon would get it. He's like
I didn't get it.
the Resident Evil master, man.
I was even thinking about Resident Evil right now.
You find a green herb. Well, you take it.
Oh yeah.
Only if I find a red one. You got to put them together.
You do gotta put them together.
I'm
That's
sorry, have
true.
you played a Resident Evil game? It's like, here's a green herb. 2 hours later, you find a red herb.
And you curse yourself for using the green herb when you did. It's always the same.
Yeah, but Gazrick, please tell us what everyone's note says because you
Yeah.
wrote them.
I did write them. And so I think obviously Tahani says "Dear Tahani," and then Rin and Shaka say "Dear Rin and Shaka." And then from there it's verbatim. Be like, spent some time out in the yard today. Went out and I kind of trailed some of the guards. And here's what I learned. And cued him in on the fact that like there's a little bit of there's conflict within the Arcane Brotherhood. I couldn't make out all of it, but it seems like Vaelish is a little bit interested, but they are also really mad that one of their members was hurt in such a way. I then speculate to the group that like we could potentially use this to our advantage if there's a way to like drive a wedge between Vaelish and the Arcane Brotherhood. That might be our way to like convince him out. And then I say, also, how are you guys doing today? It was a pretty rough day. Had a lot of hard moments. Just want to check in, just like at the bottom, and you can like feel free to sign back. You know my room number. Yeah,
Your room number.
yeah. I mean, because we can't be seen in public.
No. I know, but it's just like you're talking about a hotel or something.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, room number.
Call my room.
Call my room. Don't call me. Don't put up a wake up call. I'll tell you that much.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that's about everything. I think that covers all the stuff.
Okay. So you all got your notes. And at this point, you know, you've gotten back just in time for the doors to close. Evening has fallen for you all in your cells, but you know, come daylight, you will be allowed out for breakfast. It's not like another day of being locked away. 'Cause you spent more or less 24 hours locked behind closed doors for what happened. Mm-hmm. And before we end, I want to actually cut back to Leto and Duncan. They're kind of chilling. You know, Duncan is far more relaxed than when he went in that room, and so is Leto. And Leto's laying there, kind of staring at the ceiling, not dozing off, but he's relaxing. And suddenly, Duncan leans over and gives him a mischievous smile. I know that you may have some feelings for the elf, but I think he's the one we're going to make an example of. Even if they do manage to get out of here, make sure that he stays one way or another. And believe me, I'll reward you for it. And that's where we're ending.
Hey, wait!
Oh, snap.
Oh, wait!
Nope. What? What?
Oh, snap.
What?
It's a cliffhanger. We are. It's.
Look, we talk a lot and we have time for Q&A. So
It is that to be continued. You know.
and you know, just scene goes black. See you next week. So at this point in the show, we always do Q&A. If you have questions for our characters, not for us or for any of the NPCs, if someone could hit Rival's question in the chat, that's a mod. That'd be great. And we will take your questions. And if you don't have questions, we'll just end a little early. Because that was just to say, it's just such a great spot to end on. I didn't want to. And the thing is, none of your characters know that.
It's so good.
Any questions? Questions from the peanut gallery, or from each other to either NPCs or to each other and in character.
Shaka, how are you so bad at darts? You're muted.
You're muted.
I know.
There you are.
Okay, yeah, sorry, my RTX voice crashed.
Oh no.
Why am I so bad at darts? I was attuned to how darts feel in Avernus, right? It's kind of a different feel to them. The climate's different. Like the dots are like burning hot, so you put a different kind of spin on them. Like when you throw them. So there's a different kind. There's different kinds of calculations that you make when you're throwing darts. On the first layer of hell. Kind of underestimated how I'd have to change my form when the temperature changes by negative 100 degrees or whatever, like the temperature changes, and I didn't think it through. I got a little cocky and just wasn't able to repeat my skills.
Cool. There are 2 questions from Fairbear. So since they're for Duo and Brian the Brain,
oh wow,
LaTia and Shareef, if you want to answer these, because that was your brainchild, haha. So first question for Duo and Brian: what have y'all been doing while the rivals have been away?
Brian has probably had a few miscalculations in the brain ray department.
Oh dear.
Oh, without a doubt. He said he wanted to do like a 3-strike rule, and I would say he easily has 2 strikes up to this point.
For a couple of people. So Brian and Duo have worked out this 3-strike per person.
Per person, that's great.
So he's probably Brian is sitting at 2 strikes with a lot of people right now.
Wow.
Yeah, and yeah, I would say Duo is he has learned a bit from Gazrick. He is financially managing things great, but not terrible, So I'll say that he is actually doing a good job of managing the manor. Aside from letting a brain stun every single person, but cool. As a matter of fact, I'll say Duo has begun advertising this actually. Come and get stunned. Like it's almost like it's like riding a roller coaster, right? It's like come and get stunned. It's so some people have been showing up to get stunned, because it's cool.
And it works out in what do you mean get stunned as they walk in the door and they get stunned?
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool thing to do. All the hipsters are doing it.
Oh my God. Well, Fairbear has a second question, and this is probably an easy yes/no. Duo and Brian, also, do either of you have law degrees?
No.
No.
Brian doesn't. Absolutely not.
No. No degrees.
Okay. Who wants to read the next question, which is for Gazrick?
I'll read it. Okay. Question for Gazrick. He is kind of lucky being a druid, and the group is not finding a lot of friends in here. When is he going to try to find comfort friends with the animals or plants? Is that a kind of last option, or maybe it hasn't come to his mind?
I think that, to be honest, it hasn't really come to Gazrick's mind. I think being in the prison, this is the first time we've actually seen him go out into the yard and connect back with nature a little bit. I think it's hard because even when he's outside. Oh, sorry, I should answer this in the voice. Yes, the issue happens to be that even though I am outside and in nature, I am still within a pen, and so I'm still caged in, so I'm not really free. And there's not much life at Revel's End. Not much. I mean, there's some carrion birds that are existing, but most of them kind of stay away. Who knows? Maybe if I spend some more time outside and out in the snow, I might have a realization.
Mm. Cool. Question for Dahani: what does your cell art look like?
It's basically very blocky pictures of the people I see in the prison. So there's me, there's Shaka, there's Rin, there's Gazrick, but then there's also Lido, who like his picture is like next to Rin's and is like kind of a brick higher. And then there's the warden who I've caricaturized. I mean, as much as you can in like blocks. Just the people I've seen, and like a tree.
Okay.
Have you drawn like yourself in there? Like, are you in there?
Yes, I have.
Sweet.
All right.
There's another question for me. On a scale of 1 to 10, how many cups of tea would I have enjoyed if Rin ended up getting beaten up in the rec room? 3?
Wow.
3 cups of tea? Like, would I try to defend him? I don't know, because now I see when I try to defend people end up severely hurt. And it's not always paying 10, so I don't know. But I definitely would have watched it for a while. It would have been amusing.
It would have been a thing. And I believe we have one more question. For Rin.
Yeah.
Wizards.
No, you go.
I can read it. Wizards generally need their books for magic, and probably they have confiscated it. How does Rin plan to regain his spells or powers?
What are magics? What are books? I have never heard of such magic books
Yes.
ever.
Fair answer.
I just shoot things and they come out of my hands. I don't know or have explanation.
Out of character, Rin is a sorcerer, so they don't use spell books.
No books.
No
Yeah.
books.
Besides the books that I write.
Big head empty energy, and it's
Yes.
No thoughts, head empty.
Mm-hmm.
just writing them
fine.
all down. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no books.
Okay. I'm just gonna. Wow, someone. I'm sure Duo can get one from someone named Phoenix University.
True.
Wow.
Oh yeah, he probably definitely has a facsimile of every kind of thing that he might need to get out of like a
Situation.
Situation. So he has a couple IDs. He has probably some degrees. Probably
And
some.
and an org chart. There's definitely
There's an
new
org chart. There's some badges. There's some. Yeah.
Yes. I think that's it. So we should talk about what we're doing and get out of here because there is a show right after Rivals.
oh yes.
So we're gonna go the other way and start with Gazrick.
Hey y'all, I'm Masood Haque. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Maroodboy, MAHRUDEBOI. And here's my streaming schedule. Sundays, I'm here with the Rivals of Waterdeep playing this lovely campaign at Revel's End. Gazrick Nomad, you know who he is. On Tuesdays, I do Mythic Odysseys of Theros over on the D&D channel with sponsored by Roll20. Come watch, it's a blast. Wednesdays, I've got Roll20 Presents Balak Bayan Returning Home over on their Twitch channel. Come come on by. I'm GMing, and we're having a wonderful time as we get closer and closer to that season finale. And then on Thursdays, you can see me over on the Indoor Recess Crew channel playing Once Upon a Game, our narratively driven co-op stream that I do with Katie May, where we analyze games that are near and dear to our heart that follow a storyline and tell good stories. We're currently playing Life is Strange, and we're in the middle of episode 3. It's going to be it's good. It's getting pretty exciting. I can't wait to see what happens. So come on by and hang out. And that's me.
Awesome. Shareef.
Hey, so you can find me at ShareefJackson.com, SHAREEF Jackson.com, or Shareef Jackson on all social networks. You can check out my latest equation play video on Miles Morales. I posted it on all my accounts, but you could also follow Equation Play on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok and all that good stuff, where I'm talking about ohm meters, so electricity and all that good stuff as covered in the game, which was pretty fun to make. Other than that, I don't have any big things coming up soon. I might be doing something with Roll 20. We'll see what happens with that. But other than that, I'm taking a kind of a little break, like no tutoring for the holidays, and got to reset and recharge and do all that stuff. So catch me on the socials.
Awesome. LaTia.
Me, I'm here, and I'm also on Twitter at LaTia Jacquise, and I'm also on Friday, the finale for my campaign in the islands of Sina Una, the first season, at least we hope. Be on twitch.tv/rockpunchatl at 4 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Central. Right? Yes. We're in Eastern, like the whole thing is in Eastern time, so I get really confused if something's not Pacific or Central. But yeah, it's been really neat. I had a really emotional moment on stream last Friday. It was awesome, super cathartic. But other than that, I am taking it easy for the rest of the year and probably into 2021 because I have a full-time job now and can't stream a lot with that. So that's me.
Awesome. Brandon.
Hi, everybody. Brandon Sittis, played Friend Leodon today. You could find me on Twitter at IamBrandonTV and on Twitch at IamBrandon. Tomorrow I'll be streaming. I usually don't stream on Mondays, but I'm doing a special stream with Butterfinger where we'll be playing some Halo and also be giving away Xbox Series X. So if you want to stop by,
Nice.
come on over. And then on Thursday, I'll be on the front page of Twitch playing Jackbox Party Pack 7. They have a new extension that's out, so you'll get to check it out on my channel if you stop by there too. So,
Cool.
that's pretty much it. Just like, yeah, what's break starts from work, I'm going to be trying to stream like within that week a lot. So just come on by.
Awesome. And I have been your DM and NPCs, Tanya Seifert here. Later today on my channel, we are in the penultimate episode of Into the Motherlands. It will be both terrifying and bittersweet because we found a new enemy at the end of last episode.
Mm-hmm.
And B. Dave Walters was sitting in chat cackling, excited that we're meeting this enemy. But also it is the next to last episode. Right now we don't know if we're going to have a season 2. So if you like it, please tell Twitch. Don't nag, just tell them you like Motherlands. And then tomorrow I'll be playing Santa again for Tiltify. What that means is I'm going to stream for a little while and then we're going to bounce around and play Santa to people raising money through Tiltify. So if you are planning to stream tomorrow between 1 and 2 p.m. Central, use clause my cause on your tweets and also Tiltify 2020. And who knows, a cipher may show up. Other than that, streaming sporadically on my channel, got a lot of deadlines until break. And then I'll be back into some Valhalla, and who knows, the guys at Gamertag want to play Among Us, so I may start streaming Among Us, I don't know. But speaking of Gamertag Radio, do not go anywhere, we're going to go raid our friends over there. Pete Rock is playing, what is he playing? PUBG. So we're going to go show them some love, and yeah, I'm going to go have lunch and see you all in a few hours on my channel. So have a good one, we're going to play our outro, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Peace, y'all.